concentrate on what I need to do. Even better.
All
Okay.
right.
So, Kim, thank you. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
You guys, welcome, EXP Seniors Network. If you guys haven't been watching what's going on in real estate Facebook groups that are for realtors, not a lot of people talk about this sector, but the important thing is that when I started in this sector, the people that I'm seeing weren't even in it. And I love seeing all the people that are now getting into it. However, for 7 years here in for EXP Seniors Network, I have been dying to just continue to grow EXP Seniors Network. We are the largest real estate network in our entire industry, focusing on the 55 market. And the reason why is because that marketing style that I so love, believe, and wholeheartedly educate all of our agents on from my heart is important. You have to lead with love. You have to become the person that people like, know, and trust, but you got to know what you're doing. And that's the biggest thing. The other thing that I find, and it's been a very big struggle, just know that this is a hint. We all real estate agents, including we that have an SRES designation, we stop at the sale of a home. It's great. We know how to downsize. We know how to do all that. We've been teaching all that. We've been working it, all that. But here's the problem. We don't know what to do with them next. And if you do, you don't know how to get referral fees and to get paid for that. So that's been a very big struggle. A big thing here within EXP Seniors Network that I have been advocating for with our company for 6 years, 5 years now. So if we've got some great changes coming, it is going to set us apart from the entire real estate industry when I tell you this. But all of these little marketing classes that we have, just know that you could use them for this too. It's going to be good. So I'm excited. In the next few weeks, you're going to be getting an email from corporate. It's going to be telling you about something from EXP Seniors Network. Just know that is only open to EXP Seniors Network. It is going to be rolled out the rest of the company at some other point, but just know that it is only for us here as a beta. So I highly suggest we take advantage of the beta. I've already done it. I've already been through it. And it's good. I'm so excited. So I've been trying to keep my mouth shut, but I'm good. So let's get started on tonight. If you did not attend the lifestyle home loan class, I'm just going to catch you up. Okay. It's very easy, very simple. When I show you what I'm going to show you, and we are not marketing. This is something that's really important to remember. Okay. We are here to explain all the possibilities that this loan has, but not the loan itself. That's not our job. Our job is to stay in our lane as a real estate agent. Please note that. That is big caps. And when I give you your cheat sheet, know that is on the top of the cheat sheet on all three scenarios. Okay? Because that's important to know. Stay in your lane. But I'm going to show you how to market it by staying in your lane and being totally compliant, because that's the biggest thing, right? None of us want to lose our license. We want to stay in our lane.
Can I ask you a
So,
quick question, Heather?
correct.
So
Yes.
I have an NMLS license. Does that change it for that or not?
For what? Which
I have the loan officer's license as
a loan
well.
officer? You have to ask state. I don't know the guidelines between
Okay.
the agents because I'm not a loan officer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
here's the two parts of this loan. The lifestyle home loan. Did you take it last week?
Yeah. I
Okay,
took it the time before. Yeah.
perfect, perfect. So just to give you guys kind of, and now I'm going to share my screen because this is where it's going to be fun. Can you see my screen now? Yes? Yeah. Okay. So just so you guys understand, I'm going to go with, um, you have to understand there's a few things about this loan that are enticing for older adults. Okay. Our first one is 2 to 4 unit buildings, fourplex, twoplex, whatever. Multi-generational living is making a comeback. We already know that. That's number one. Number two, with that loan, we also know that you can sell your home and buy a 2 to 4 unit complex, correct? That's what you could do with that loan as long as you're over 62. So if that's the case, right? That's what it says to us. That's the case. Then let's give us a scenario, okay? By the way, there's a little, I think there's a little something missing. But anyway, let's talk about how, let's make up a case. And when I give you guys the cheat sheet, I'm going to give you a couple cases and scenarios for you to understand how to market, okay? We got a 2 to 4 unit building that's that we know that this loan could possibly take over, depends on how much it is. Okay. Number one. Number two, we also know that right sizing is great. We also know that people want to age in place, but multi-generational livings can make and come back, but everybody still wants their space, right? So if you were to take plug and play with me here on social media, hey, let's talk about helping your parents age affordably. One of my clients used a creative option to buy a duplex, fourplex, insert whatever it is, as a creative option, and she rented out the other portion to her daughter and her family, and she not only has her grandkids around, yay, but she has income coming in. As long as she's living in one, or he and and they're over 62, right? Now, did you sell the loan? No, right? Did we stay compliant and be like, we got building? You could totally do this. How cool is it? Because I had a client that did this. Let's go one step further. What if, and I know we already have it because I already looked, what if, I don't know, you had a commercial division like we do, and you went into our commercial division and you looked for who has 2 to 4, who has stuff that's on the market that's a 2 to 4 unit building, or that they could possibly use this loan on to live in, whatever it is, and still make income. Now remember, they have to live there, what is it, 6 months and whatever it is, many days, and then they can travel, right? Then they can travel because they're not paying off a loan. As long as they're paying property tax, as long as they're paying that nut, that's your responsibility. Now, you're not only referring, okay, so think money wise. Let's talk money wise in our heads, okay? We have an EXP commercial agent that has a 2 to 4 unit building that he's been trying to sell, or it's off market. And you have a client who's like, oh, that's so enticing. What do you have available? You not only, if we're not a commercial agent and we're a residential, whatever it is, we have certain caveats within our company that allow us to do deals or allow us to do things with commercial. But the point is, you see where I'm getting? Referral fee, referral part, whatever it is on the 2 to 4 unit. But guess what? You also are helping them sell the home. It's a twofold. But remember what I said. You have to sell the home and find some other alternative and option for them to have. Let's either make income. Let's help you with multi-generational living outside of the box. I mean, heck, you can buy another home instead of doing multi-generational, which we'll talk about, on another, but you could buy a ranch style home where everybody can live in something. There's lots of options with this loan. It's not the loan, you guys. That's the whole point. It is how you spin it, how you create the sandwich. I keep talking about the sandwich, and you guys, that's the only way my mind can create stuff like this for you guys. Sandwich. Your sandwich is your parents on top, your kids on the bottom. You guys are the meat. Figure out, I mean, you've got all the meat in between. Figure out that sauce for them. What is their secret sauce? Do they need to make income because they have to cover expenses? That's your job. It's going to set you apart from all the rest of the other realtors in there. Just and by the way, it's going to not only do that, but it's going to explode our commercial side. Think about the win-win that we have for this company on both fronts for something like this. And that's just, I'm talking about just on this one thing. Okay. Now, okay, so that was scenario one, remember? Let's talk about scenario two with that. Wait, can't see that one yet. Let's talk about scenario two. By the way, I used ChatGPT for this. How cool is that? And then I didn't like what they put on me. This is supposed to be 55 living, you guys. These people in the golf cart, I said I wanted a golf course. I wanted one style living. They were all waving. And then when they put that photo of me, I'm like, heck, that doesn't look like me. And we did ChatGPT, right? So I do all my stuff in ChatGPT. That's what I love. So the slides that you guys are seeing are all ChatGPT now. Then I said, oh no, here's my photo, and I uploaded it. How cool is that? So let's talk about 55 living. Now we know that this is for 62 and above, but we could massage words. We don't have to say 55. We could say active adult. We could say I already have a cheat sheet for you. I'm not going to go over it now and go into details, but the point is there are various ways to say things, not selling, but bringing a call to action for them to come to you and say, what do you mean 55 living? We live in a freezing cold environment. You're like, oh, but I got you. I got you in other states. And I'm going to show you on another slide how that will entail to this as well. And how EXP already has all these listings. So think 55 living. We as real estate agents, it is our job to know all the stuff in our area. Active adult is the new 55 style living. Okay. Active adult. Great. We love it. Okay. So let's go one step further on that 55 living. Do you remember why I love that scenario? Look at what they did to my face. Every time you started to massage it, my hands got older. My face got a little different. But anyway, so think about the approach. Our approach on something like this is people think that they can't move. Maybe, they feel stuck. Maybe they're like, oh God, I've been wanting to move to that, but I can't afford it. All my friends moved, but I can't afford it. Or maybe they all moved to Arizona and I wouldn't even know the first thing. Think again, you guys. Honestly, think again. By you talking about many of my buyers over 62 feel stuck in a home that's too large for them and they have wanted to move to for active living. Okay, but they don't realize that there's so many options out there that I can actually make that happen for you. That's how you're going to approach it. And here's what happens. I can tell you that there's equity sitting at your door, but we're going to right size you, but without giving up your lifestyle. You can still be with all your friends. You can still have the pickleball. You can still have all that. We can still sell this house. You're not going to be paying monthly mortgage payments, but I've got somebody who's going to take care of that for you. You're just going to keep them on. We could still make it happen. And there are plenty of active communities that you can walk in and buy this. Doesn't matter. It's a purchase. You're still making this for a purchase, right? So you're still going to tap into their current home, but you're going to give them this lifestyle that they really want with all their friends. That's not an old home. It's a newer home in an adult community that has all the things. Now, what do they have to pay for? You already know that. That's not your job. Do you hear what I said? You already know that, but that's not your job to tell them. Your job what your job is to do is just to introduce them to the person who has that lifestyle, that lifestyle home own and that's their job. to get them certified, talk about it, go through the intricacies and the rules and regulations, and then come back to you and be like, let's go. Game on. It's your job to educate. It is your job to not sell the loan. It's your job to sell the lifestyle of the 55, the active adult community, whether it's in your state or a Sunbelt state. Because many people that are living in freezing cold weathers really want to go into a warmer state along a Sunbelt state. Next, don't worry, I will talk about Sunbelt states in a second. Don't worry. But think about how that call to action. This is going to be your ticket out of here. Direct message me if you want a list of, communities in our area. If you want communities in other areas and you can list states. That's your call to action. Did you sell? No. Did you talk about the loan? No. You gave them information of how you could make their home and lifestyle much better with other ways. Okay. So remember I said we're going to move right along. So that was scenario 2. Let's talk about scenario 3. Okay. Scenario 2, scenario 3, Sunbelt. So I just want to show you guys something because I thought this was really funny. So I asked ChatGPT to do Sunbelt states. And if you notice, it did Sunbelt states just on the bottom portion. And it did not do it correctly. I will show you in the next video how awesome it did and how I tweaked it. So it's great. But the point of this is, these aren't all the Sunbelt states, but the second point of it is it is our, and look at it, said CNOFS network up in the top. Anyway, the point is when you go into active adult community, like into talks at senior centers, and that's something I wholeheartedly believe, go and educate, go and talk about things, go and tell people because they don't know options. They don't know how to put things together. They don't know how things connect and work and network together. But if you put something like this on with a loan officer who does loans like this, hear me out, okay? Look at this, okay? Here we go. And you were to put one of these talks on, oh, do you guys see that? I massaged ChatGPT and said, no, wait a minute. I need you to do Mutual of Omaha and EXP because the two of us are going to put this on together. And we want to tell these seniors, hey, here's just a few ways EXP Realty, like EXP Realty active adult listings that we currently have and options we can explore. I mean, that's just a one run-on sentence. But the point is that you are out there wanting to tell them our database has active adult listings already in it across the Sunbelt states because I know you want to move to a warmer state, right? If you're in a winter state, this is your win-win. You're sending them across the state. You're still getting paid on a listing that someone's trying to move in an active adult community. I'm telling you, I've already looked it up, and we're going to go into workplace, and I'll show you. It's very simple. If you just look up, 2 to 4 unit or a fourplex, wait, there's a big loud thunder. You can see who has stuff on market, off market, whatever it is. It's there. And then you call them. Hey, can we talk? Can we discuss? I'd love to market it. You're 2 to 4. I live one county over or whatever, but let's connect. I'd love to market because we've got this loan. Would it work for this? What's the worst thing? He says, dude, go ahead, market it. It's fabulous. Walk through it. Be like, wouldn't this be great for a family? Now, you're going in active adult, no different. That was commercial, making that referral commercial. Same thing here. Flip the switch. You're going to sell their home and you're still going to make a referral. And one of our agents, 55 or active adult, things that are on the market already, you could showcase the heck out of that. And people are going to be like, how do you know about that listing over there? Or how did you get to it? You go, oh, well, I got listings all over in whatever state. Let me know. Bingo. That's your key. Your key to just slip right in and be like, oh, no problem. Then you find agents, find stuff in those communities that are on the market, do the referral for each other. Heck, keep it within our company. This is a gold mine. No, you don't understand. This network is this way for a reason because this is the way we work. So don't go out of this company to get coaching or certifications. It's not worth it. You get it here. Why? It's a freebie for you guys every week with me or with people within our company who are still killing it. Why are you going to pay one person or one, like that's dumb. It's not worth it. Utilize what we got and blow it up. But if you go to put on an event with somebody who's doing one, Mutual of Omaha, whoever it is, hey, by the way, we got active adult listings all over the place. Now, here's the best part. When you go to do that home and you put it on the market, your loan officer, they're going to co-market that thing out of that. They're going to co-market the heck out of that home with you. Of course they are, because they're going to get them to move to somewhere else too, just like you are. Win-win. And you're winning within the company too. Everybody's using everybody, right? Ooh, I could go on and on. All right. So one of the things that I was talking about, oh yeah, I was playing around with ChatGPT. But so here's what I'm going to just basically hand off to you guys. I'm not like, I'm going to let you guys know there's scenarios for everything. It's not a one size fits all. It's your job just to navigate it. And if you've been listening and you've been taking classes and you've been hanging out and we've been talking, you'll have the right people. I promise you don't need you don't need to be everyone for everybody. That's not what you need to be. You need to just become the person that everybody likes, knows, and trusts when it comes time to make a very hard decision. And that's where your connections every time, the three people that you like, know, and trust also, because it goes both ways. If you're going to work with them, you better have that for them as well. Because your clients are ultimately going to make the choice and you don't want to give them one choice because not all personalities are one size fits all either. Just like housing options, just like why they want to move, you got to find the sweet spot. And the reason why I was adamant on saying on the end is when it's time to make hard decisions, because there's three things about selling a home that they've owned for 50, 80 years that real estate agents don't really truly think about when they're going to sell or when they're going to work with the older demographics or their children. And by the way, every single one of us that is on this call right now is part of that demographics. I don't care how old you are, how young you are affected by somebody that is aging. And I can guarantee it. Could be your parents, it could be your grandparents. But when they define the word sandwich generation, which is why I say to you guys, it's a sandwich to me. In my head, I don't care how old you are, you're going to be stuck in that sandwich, whether you're on top or you're on the bottom or you're in the middle. And wouldn't it be great if you could be the sauce to that person's sandwich, whether it be the bottom part, the grandkid, the middle part, the child who's taking care of the bottom half of the sandwich and the top half of the sandwich. I mean, that connection is key to beating perfection every time. That's why you don't need to be everybody. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. I'll ask questions. You guys can open up for questions in a second, but this is what you guys are getting today. Okay, this is just your cheat sheet. I'm going to go through it so you can kind of understand it as like a little whole. This is multifamily. We're looking at it as a scenario, right? And by the way, please understand not 55, 62 plus. I got to change some of this before I give it to you. They want passive income or co-living options for multi-generational families. There you go. That's one case to use that when you're doing a video, you want to talk about clients aging in place who want to use rental income to offset expenses. Another just avenue to be able to talk about it without being salesy. And here's your talking points. Did you know that some loans will allow you to buy, even if you're downsizing? Look at what my clients did. You could just, instead of saying, did you know some loans? In fact, I'm going to change that. Okay, strike that. I'm changing that because I don't like that. I think that's, never mind. You don't see that right now. Okay. One, own one, own one, rent the rest. How great is that? It's a strategy more families should know about. And you're like walking through a 2 to 4 unit building, and you just hit up 62. Most people don't realize they can buy a 2 to 4 unit home as they age. Let's talk options. There's gorgeous ones listed right now. Boom. You have a picture of some listing from EXP, right? Facebook posts. These are little things that you could do. All right. Now, aging doesn't always mean downsizing. I'm going to change this because I hate the word downsizing. And if you guys see me, by the way, I chat GPT, so I'm going to massage. I just kind of put it together for you guys. So let's talk option. I can connect you with agents in our brokerage who have these listings. Remember that 2 to 4 unit building? It does not have to be where you live. Maybe their kids live in, I don't know, Los Angeles. Maybe their kids live in Arizona. Think about it. Options. You're not just selling to them, you're selling to their kids too. Remember that. So, there you go. All right. Woo. That's so funny. Hey, all right. So, I guess that's what you're going to see is both. Scenario 2. Let's talk about 55 community active community access. We do know that it's over 62 for this loan. Just think about that. But older adults feel stuck in their current homes and they don't think they can afford a move. And then you're showcasing that beautiful active adult community, right? You're like showing them all the stuff. That's just your little kind of thing that you want to pull them in with because you're just thinking like, how can I pull that in? You're going to start talking with them to pull them in on that. They're sitting on equity, but they don't even know how to go forward with it. Or there are ways to move without selling first and draining savings, because I know they talked about that in a way. But the point is that you can talk about clients. Think about how you word it. You could talk about clients that might be here in this group, like a real estate agent that might have had clients that was able to do it. And you're talking about a story that you know to be true because it transacted. You're not saying you did it at all. And I'm not saying you own that story, but you can say there are situations that I know of. There are situations where people can buy this and they can do that with it. Where, there are situations where clients think that they're priced out, right? Where clients think that they're priced out, not your clients, where clients think they're priced out. So scenario 3, the Sunbelt strategy. We know people, the snowbirds, we know people like to retire across. There goes your 2 to 4 unit building, correct? Oh, but wait, they could rent it out when they go home. Think about that. And they still get tax incentives if you're living in, I don't know, Florida and some other states, when it comes to claiming, property taxes and income taxes and other things. So there are there are win-wins. You just have to help them see it. You're not selling the loan, not your job, not your job. You're showing them the possibilities of what something could do for them. We have agents with listings across the Sunbelt states, no different than I was showing you on the map. You can go into any type of senior center and have those talks. Go into places if you're doing stuff about right sizing, right in there. How about doing something like this? I mean, if you're doing a right sizing presentation, or you're doing some type of a presentation, wouldn't it be great to say, "Oh my God, there's so many other options, that clients have utilized." So when you're talking about that Sunbelt 2 to 4 unit building, and we have agents that have those 2 to 4 unit buildings in Sunbelt states. Oh, and by the way, they also have active adult and 55 living things that are on market. So it's a win-win again. I'm just showing you guys how to utilize something that's already at your fingertips that you don't, one, need to pay for, two, really don't need to do anything but social media posts, which I keep teaching you guys how to Facebook and Instagram. I'm happy to handhold it, whatever you need, but this is so easy to do. I'm literally every week, I hand you one of these guides. And it's easy. It's plug and play. That's all you have to do. It does, if you are in a winter, like if you are in a place where it's freezing cold, utilize the video from Sunbelt or utilize one of the video, like utilize something from the 55 communities over to Sunbelt. 2 to 4 unit building, Sunbelt. Oh, you're not interested in Sunbelt? Guess what? We got it right here in our community too. You guys see this, right? I'm not talking to, okay. I see people nodding, but hey, feedback, guys. I can't see comments because I'm too busy talking and I got my screen, but you guys see it. Mark, can
Yeah,
you?
I'm gonna say my brain's rolling. Like I said, I'm currently in Western North Carolina. I just got my license in Florida. And yeah, and I'm planning on doing basically the Bay Area, Tampa Bay. My parents live over in Oldsmar. They're in a 55 plus community right now. It's primarily the manufactured home communities.
Yes. Mhm.
So
Which
that's
one? GL?
oh gosh, it's just
Toll Brothers. We have
Gall View, Gall Vista out of Oldsmar.
no, but
Uh,
the actual builders.
oh, and I don't know.
Oh,
These are all
yeah,
older
we
homes.
here in Florida we've got just a few.
Hmm.
But Mark, you are all of us. Your scenario with your parents, with all up above, down below, you're stuck in the middle of something, whether it's the bottom of the sandwich, top of the sandwich, but you're going to have to be able to go and just serve this market because
Well,
you're
and
stuck in it and
that's
it
kind of
will
what
resonate.
I'm thinking because part of the reason why I did it is I deal the community I'm currently in, the Waynesville area is 55 plus. It's about 70 or 80% of my community. So the majority of people that I already serve are retirees. And
You,
where are they coming from? I'm getting them coming from Florida. They're up here looking for second homes. They're
yeah.
doing the quote unquote
Can-
halfback scenario.
So, Mark, imagine, like, for instance, Kim being out in Ventura, Los Angeles area. and having listings or whatever on her team, you being able to say, "Hey, let me just grab these, let me market them over here because I know that people are looking there, whatever
Mhm.
it is, or where Joey is, or where I am," and you utilize that because whether Kim, even though she's in a Sunbelt state, or Joey, whatever state they're in, cold or winter, it's a vice versa game. The reason why they have two homes, you do know this, guys, right? It's the wealthiest demographics in the entire world. Oh, and by the way, biggest spenders of the GDP. Oh, and I'm not done. If you just looked at the 2025 NAR report, they've still had the most homes sold and bought. So sellers, buyers, a win-win. Use our agents. Screw the other brokerages. I've been with EXP since the beginning. Helped co-found this network. And let me tell you, this right here is so important for the trajectory we're on. It is. And unless we're utilizing each other, networking, connecting within our communities, you're going to get left behind. And if you aren't networking, connecting, and marketing with all the peeps in your community that are in your pocket to make your sauce even better, shame on you because you're losing out on money. People have to understand what your sauce is made of. You don't have to give them all the ingredients. I don't ever give them all the ingredients. But that sauce, you got to know what components of that sauce people need. That's where you got me. That's where this network comes in. That's why this was started because agents don't understand that. The coaches that are out there don't get it. The people that are out there trying with certifications and go get this certification, go get that certification. It is a waste of money and a waste of time. Point blank, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to spend your money on certifications and coaches telling you to go get certifications or to just go read this, wrong. It's not about that. There's a different service here, and it's not read. Sorry, it's not a book. It's not, you know, certification. It isn't. That's just my feeling, and I've been in it almost 20 years. And I don't this is all I know. I don't know anything else. And what people don't realize is wealthy demographics. So quite often it doesn't come with one sale. The problem is real estate agents stop at the one sale. They don't realize they got to go somewhere else. It doesn't matter. You gotta go somewhere else. Or you're in probate. Wouldn't you want to keep them out of everything and their family out of everything before they get down that rabbit hole? Because and by the way, if you are not taking William Gross, he posts probate on EXP Seniors Network. Go watch his videos, listen to him. If you want to know about probate, that is the man. He was one of our, you're gonna laugh. This is how long he and I have been here. He was actually a California state broker when we first started. That's how long ago. Long, like 10 years ago. And he is out of Los Angeles, but that man knows probate back and forth like anybody you've ever met. He brings on experts from all over to talk probate and to talk situations. He every week, go look at him. Because they're, again, different scenarios. Not all scenarios fit, but wouldn't you like to educate people before getting down that road with, I don't know, a probate attorney who, by the way, is part of your secret sauce? Why? Because any sales that attorney has through the court system, he can use any real estate agent he wants. Man, wouldn't it be great for you guys to have one of three of those in your back pocket to maybe do classes with? to, market with, to talk about things before people get down the road of getting into probate? Very easy. But that's like a whole nother scenario. But the point is, that's your secret sauce, you guys. Gloat on it. Make it yours. Own it. Every little bit of it. Mark, you're going through it. That's the best thing. Because when we all go through it, we understand it even more. And we're not a shitty realtor. There's a lot of shitty realtors out there. They got a bad rap. But your marketing style, you're not there to sell. Because we all know we don't want to sell our homes. Had them 50 years. 50 years. A lot of these people have owned their homes that long. Even if it's 40 years. Like, who wants to get rid of a home that fast? I mean, I heard somebody, I'm going to stop sharing because this is a really interesting scenario. Okay. Think of when we were little. Okay. And our parents dragged us into something without us having a say in it. Imagine that. We hated it as kids. Pissed us off. I was pissed. There are things like as an adult that I'm like, oh, I would never do that to my kids. My mom did that to me. We all have that. We're human. But the point is, as an adult that has been somewhere for 50 years, doesn't know anything else. Yeah. Imagine pulling them out of that and telling them deal with it. Because that's what a lot of us do to our parents. Now, let's flip that script. We're going to educate them. F that. Education with your peeps, because that's your sauce. Before you yank them out of the house, hey, by the way, we got all these options before we go down that road. And if they don't want to choose that road, then we're going to get there. And I got you on that too. You got to know all facets of it. But the point is, we all have an emotional attachment to our home, or even all of us on this call who've been in a home for 4 or 5 years. Neighbors, little things, creaks in a home. It's home. But I say aging in place doesn't necessarily mean the home that you're currently in. It means the home that you're going to age in safely in. There's a difference, big difference. And I say that because we know that less than 5% of our nation's housing units can't accommodate a person in a walker or wheelchair. And 1 in 4 over 65 takes a slip and a fall every year. You take statistics, stick them in your brain, and know that shit's not going to work out. Because I don't need to be a mathematician to know that that's not going to work for all the people, like 99% of the people. Why do I say that? Because they haven't done modifications in their home until after a slip and a fall. Like, that's because they don't know all the possibilities. This 2 to 4 unit building, this active adult community, let's look at the Sunbelt states. They're missing out on it. Why? They're just not educated. Why not be that real estate agent that's going to educate them like on a PTA style? I'm not going to sell it to you, but oh, we got good stuff coming. Because let me tell you, referral fee, this fee, that fee, it's all coming to you. It's all coming. That's my hint. Just know that. I'm not saying anything more, but just know that's my hint with the first part of my conversation. But the point is, referral fees, why not? Why not? And why not be able to help our company too, so we can all get even more out of the pot, right? Now, what I will say is, this is perfect if you've got one of those people that wants to that you're a coach, not a coach, but you like, or got like downlines and stuff. perfect place for you to pivot teams. Again, because of NAR statistics, not because I said so. It's because of NAR statistics. And because our company has the capability of making that way bigger than, like way bigger than it is. So, all right. By the way, if you don't know, I didn't start this before, but cocktail time, I call it tipple. Tipple time. If you don't drink a cocktail, you drink whatever, go ahead because it's 7 p.m. or whatever time it is here, 7:45. On the East Coast, I am in Florida, but I am bi-coastal. And for those that are other places, thank you for joining me. And my sandwich craziness, because truly it is like such an easy market, but nobody's doing it. And the people that aren't doing it right. My heart is seeing it, and I'm like, oh. And then I hear about it because I've been speaking for the last almost 4 years now for AARP's Speakers Bureau. And three topics that I speak on the most: right sizing, they call it downsizing. I like it. Livability and frauds and scams. But I will tell you, it's approach because they hate real estate agents. I hear it all the time. And I just, when I started 15 years ago serving this demographic, like 18 years ago, 19 years ago, start serving this demographics, I decided to say, how can I help you stay? Because I'm not going to fight them. But I know that I really like working with older adults. I don't like working with first-time homebuyers. That's just me. So now, skip to it. I love it because we're on a trajectory and just starting. Right? Okay. Now, Rochelle, she got her hand up. Thank you.
Thank you. I got so many questions, man. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Okay, first of all, the
Here's
first
what I'm going to say. If you have questions, likelihood of somebody on this call is going to have questions. It's great. So bring them on.
Okay, so the first one you had mentioned, first of all, thank you. This was great. Second of all, you mentioned something early on. It's the lifestyle home loan that we're talking about, but you said that there was a course that we could have taken
Yes.
or
So last week we had a certification course. I bring it in every 4 months. I've been doing it for the last 5 years here. I'll
okay.
give you Ted's number. You can talk to him. But I will tell you that, and maybe Kim can help me out here. I don't know. I'm not a loan officer, but I do know that reverse mortgage for purchase, because that's what a lifestyle home loan is, isn't available in New York and certain states. I don't know if it's New Jersey. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
that
I'll have
is
to find
something
out.
to be aware of.
So when you say it's not available in just say New York or New Jersey, I'm in New Jersey, but they want to purchase in Florida. If they live in New Jersey, if they live in New Jersey, they can't use that loan. Is that what you're saying?
Kim. Oh, I don't know. Kim. I have no idea.
Typically, it's where you're going to purchase the property that
Right,
you
that
can
would
use.
make
So,
sense.
if
Okay.
it's okay in Florida to do it,
And it
then they
is.
can do it.
And
Yeah. And it
Mhm.
is.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
my next question was if we are doing, you had mentioned you do in-person seminars. Obviously, I'm not at that point yet, but how do we connect with the Mutual of Omaha lender? And I guess are you one, Kim, or
So, no, Kim, are you with Mutual of Omaha?
No, I'm not licensed with them, but the way to do it is to go through the training that Heather has every so often. That's the first thing,
okay.
because that's specifically through Mutual of Omaha. And then I thought today we were learning how to get more connected to them. So are we going to, Heather?
The what? I'm sorry. Get more connected to who? I didn't hear.
The lenders, I think
You're
she meant.
muted.
I think she meant the
Yeah.
lenders.
The lenders.
To get
Yes.
more
So,
connected
by the
to
way,
a lender. Yeah.
for sure. So thanks for asking, Kim. By the way, there is a database. There's a database now. If for by the way, let me preface this for people that did come in late because I kind of mentioned it at the beginning. Number one, lifestyle home loan. I'm air quoting the word lifestyle home loan for a reason. It is because that is the name that Mutual of Omaha has given it within its company. However, the real bottom base of this loan, the meat of the loan basically, it's a HECM for purchase. So, if the HECMs, and by the way, Rochelle, New Jersey does have HECMs because somebody told me, Kimberly Petrelli told me so in the chat box, just so you know.
Hey, this is a dumb question. I don't even know what that means. I've never heard that. And I've been in real estate like 15, 20 years.
What, a HECM for purchase?
Yeah.
That's the why.
It's
That's the
because
part that
it's a pretty new terminology for something they've been doing a long time.
yeah. So,
Oh.
but the thing is, Kim, people don't even realize there's a HECM for purchase that's out there. It doesn't matter the word lifestyle home loan. It's the loan itself that's available as an option. And that's why I have this place. Why I've been doing it here. There's so many options, but nobody knows them. And that it's bothersome to me. It's upsetting because you are not serving this demographics to the fullest capability that you can be.
And there are lots of lenders that
Yeah.
use the HECM for purchase terminology, not
Yes.
necessarily, they
Yes.
haven't titled it lifestyle.
Right. So, Rochelle, Mutual of Omaha has lenders in their area. There are plenty of other companies that do it. My suggestion is, and everybody that's out here, I've been saying the word three. I've been saying the word three for a reason. You want one from Mutual of Omaha. You want one from another national organization, like national loan place. You want three different companies. Why? Because each one has their various little idiosyncrasies to do something. It's no different than the loan officers that we use. We have to think, just shift it just a tad, tweak it. So, Rochelle, three different organizations. Now, Kim, could you give us other national companies like Mutual of Omaha? The reason why I say the word Mutual of Omaha as much as I have, because they are one of the largest, they're one of the most well-known that everybody knows about, and they're the only company that's actually used the word lifestyle home loan. So if you ever use the word lifestyle home loan, be aware that it can only be with a Mutual of Omaha agent. Okay. Otherwise, you can just talk about what it can do for people all day long. You don't have to mention the word. Remember, I've said this to you time and time again, and I'm going to end on this note. It is your job to explain possibilities, not the loan. So don't even mention the name then. That's how to get around it. But
Right.
I
Depending
can't, Rochelle, you're talking, but I can't hear you.
Sorry, I don't, depending on who I know you said, again, going back to the speakers and everything, whoever you're with, that's the type of loan you would
Well, no,
explain.
it's called a HECM for purchase, period. It is one loan,
Okay,
period.
got
It is, you've got two HECM loans. You've got a HECM,
it.
which
Mhm.
is just a reverse mortgage. A HECM is a reverse mortgage, everybody. It's just that's what it means. It means I just can't reverse mortgage it. Or you have a reverse mortgage for purchase, meaning you're going to purchase another property. That's the certification we got. It's giving you options. So anybody over 62 has options. The options with a reverse mortgage is a reverse mortgage on their home that they currently own to help them age in place or to help them with care or whatever it is. Okay. I say this with all my heart. That home is 50 years old. Now, I went and This is the only time that I would say get certified in certain things. If you wholeheartedly believe in something and you need to be educated and you really want to be. I was certified 6 years ago in aging in place through our National Association of Home Builders. I say that because I wanted to learn more about what it took to really age in place. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. The minute that a contractor, and I don't personally do it, I have contractors that do it for me. Again, that's your secret sauce. Because if a client wants to stay there, I'll help you stay there anytime you want. I'm still going to help you stay in the home if I can't help you sell it. But when it's going to come time to make that hard decision, they're coming to you, I promise. Because you helped them. You did everything you could to help them stay there. Period. That's your secret sauce. You're doing everything that they want. And they're going to tell their friends. So whether you're making a sale on them now or later, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen, but they're educated and you serve from the heart and it's, out there. But uh, the HECM has these things. One of them is you can take money on your house, but when I go in or my contractor goes in and he goes to put a grab bar in and he just takes down a panel of the wall or something to update it for it to be compliant, not compliant, but for them to just roll right into the shower because they can't step over the tub or they have stairs getting in and out. So they have to put something up to the front to make it a step-free entry. Or as like literally, you got to think about it. Roll a walker through doorways or a wheelchair and see if you scrape your knuckles. See if you can shower. See if you can be in a bathroom without navigating stairs. Less than 5% have three key features. And I wanted to learn that. I wanted to know why it didn't work. So when I walked in, I could say, what works for you? Because why wouldn't you want to know what's working for them? Because you already know what doesn't work for them. That was for me. That was my passion. But I got to now, when they say what's working and I want to put a grab bar in, I'm like, oh, great, no problem. My contractor comes in is like, by the way, I now have to bring everything up to code and it's going to cost you blah, 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 blah. You're like, oh, you already knew that. The minute that my contractor walks into that bathroom or does anything, they have to bring it up to code. Remember, I told you that house has been lived in for 50 years. They have already deferred maintenance. All right, that's already going on. But think about what's behind the wall. Cloth wiring if you're in Florida. We all know that when you're selling a home that's 50, 80, 100 years old, a lot has deferred maintenance and you've got to put stuff into it to bring it up to code. But you've got to have options. That's your secret sauce. Oh, and it's too much? Let's look at other options. No problem. That's your job. That's our job, not yours. Our job as a real estate agent. We fail. There are hundreds of thousands of agents out there that fail that every day. They go in there with the sale. They go in there with value and, oh, what I could do for you on marketing. You think they give a shit? It's not just about marketing. If you want to talk marketing, you can kick their ass on marketing any day of the week. Why? Because that following you have of all the people that are watching your videos from those educational videos, you're golden. People are seeing your listing anyway. Doesn't matter.
So Heather, I know you asked me if there were national funders. I just put into the chat name of a funder that I know that does this, and they're a part of EXP. So we're keeping it within the company by using a company like that.
Okay. But they have reverse mortgage for purchase.
Mhm.
Okay. So there you go.
Thank
Seriously. But and there's something else I can't remember. There is another one. But you know what? Hey, start a conversation in EXP Seniors Network group chat, like in our workplace group. Seriously.
And once you're aware of what it is, you'll see it everywhere now.
Yeah. Yeah. But the point is that reverse mortgage, you've got one for the house. Then you've got the one that's a reverse mortgage for, with the number 4 purchase. And that reverse mortgage for purchase is all about that 2 to 4 unit building. about getting into an active adult. I mean, you could really buy any house. I'm just targeting that active adult because I know that me, and when I Google and when I want to put in things, that's going to be the most searched. Don't waste your time on all the other BS. Stick to it. This is the questions that people want to ask. Answer it.
Heather,
You answer it, they're going to come to you because they think you got all the answers.
Heather, you mentioned in workplace we can just put in the search bar 2 to 4 unit
Oh,
buildings. Is that
oh, thank you. Oh. Um, so I went into, hold on, I'm gonna pull up workplace really fast because I was doing this search the other day. I was like, oh, look at this person. This person has, it was unlisted. I think it might have been in listings. You guys are gonna share, I'm gonna share my screen again. Oops. Can you see my screen?
yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to move people around here. Um, so I put into my search bar, what was it? Fourplex, I think. Hold on. I thought it would be, I thought it would have come up by now. So if you guys want to search and you want to search the most recent stuff that's come up, you want to go into up here into workplace and from workplace go into most recent and then it'll come up like that. So on May 15th, I have a serious investor. Nah, you don't need that. Look at this one. Oh, that's unit 4. You want to go through here off market. Nah, you're going to go. This one says, oh, maybe I have to do it this way. It might even be a twoplex, but whatever it was a off market one. Oh, listing agent for a fourplex. You already know that Anson was looking for an agent for a fourplex in Colorado Springs. If he's got one on the market, even better. Not everybody is posting their actual listings. Look at Tiffany out of California. Just listed fourplex, right? If you were to say, "Hey, Tiffany, blah 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 blah." Okay, there you go. You can ask Tiffany about this listing. I think this is the one that went under contract already. Oh, it is under contract. I did look at this. I was going to bring this to your attention, so thank you for asking. It was be really easy for you to, hey, Tiffany, can I mark it? Or can we talk about this fourplex and the way, if it was still on the market, about how I could maybe sell it? Honestly, you guys, it's very easy for us to go in and find this stuff. Please DM me. Does anyone have off market? I have, so you can look buyer's agent qualified. Most of these might be coming soon. Town fourplex, style fourplex in prime Toluca Lake. Great investment. Hey, somebody want to live in Toluca Lake? That's
My son lives in Toluca Lake,
yeah.
maybe.
If you know someone over
But I'm not
62, there you
62.
go.
I'm not 62. Oh.
But Kim, like this would be something Kim could very easily do because she's
Yeah.
in Ventura County.
Yeah.
Look, Catherine Hansen's talking about a showing already about a fourplex. Does anyone have fourplex? And if somebody has fourplexes and you're stalking it, you already have the information of, I have a landlord with a fourplex who wants to okay, forget that one. But literally, if so, comment below. We've looked all over. We have some fourplexes at College Station. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Like how easy, or if you were to go on a commercial and be like, who's got fourplexes? 2 to 4plex. This is so easy. Now, you asked me about okay, let's just put in 55 living listings. Oop. Um Coming soon, Coastal Comfort Classic, Breakwater Village. Hey, Tony. Oh, by the way, if Tony is on this, thank you, Tony, for letting me put you out on this. But hey, Tony, FYI, do you see it's California? That's a Sunbelt state, right? Donna Day Rose, oh, that was a long time ago. But by the way, we do not put listings in EXP Seniors Network, but we will have a whole nother group of just listings for active adult and assisted living. Anyways, um, but hey, Tony, let's get that place sold. And there you go. Do some type of something with her. If you're living somewhere across the country and you know people want to go into 55 living and you're marketing it, like how great is that? Just listed in the gates of Spain. Okay, it's really Yucca Valley, but 55 communities. This is what this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So and by the way, you don't even have to say 55 living. You can even say active adult. I'm just going to put active adult. I always do most recent first because it's just going to give you a bunch of stuff and you're like, ugh, don't even bother. So, um, this, you're going to see me talking about a lot of it. Look at this, Pebble Creek, 9 groups through this last Saturday. I mean, it's active adult living community. Sedona Model, Pebble Creek. Open house opportunity. Maybe it's active adult. I don't know. Probably. But the point is, this is like easy. This is like a no-brainer. Or if you're living near Pebble Creek in Arizona and you want to pick up a 55 or active adult, let's make sure it's active adult. I think, what does it say? Anything about active adult? Ugh, it's so small, I can't really see much. Um, it's really hard. Oh my God, I don't even know. Okay, so I don't know what to look for on theirs, but point is, go find somebody that has something in an active adult community within our area and then go do it. Go ask them, hey, can I use it on a social media post? Hey, can I go blah, 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 blah. Look at this one. Tampa Bay. Hey, someone I know here is moving to Tampa Bay. April 10th. Mr.
Heather,
Chavez. He has an open.
Heather, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Is because all of these listings are within EXP, we don't really even have to ask permission
I
to market them. It's a good thing to do it, but we don't have to technically.
by the way, you guys, I personally, out of respect and out of good nature, because if something were to come into their inbox, you're not going to get the credit. Just saying.
And it's a connection, right? It's
And the
that connection.
connection. Just
Yeah.
saying. I prefer to go to agents and say, hey, Jidel. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm gonna say Mr. Chavez because I don't want to butcher the first name, but like, hey, if I'm living in Tampa, whoever's moving to Tampa, I saw you had an open house opportunity. You know, I just got licensed over there. I'd love to do it for you. Or would you mind if I know that I'm an agent and I've got a license in Florida and I've got a license here, use this listing. Doesn't mean you have to be in the Tampa area. Could still be in Florida, anywhere, but it's about utilizing what we have in order to not only help our agents and our company, but make us look good. So look at Emily, Charlotte, North Carolina, and they reduced it. Like, what if all of us on this specific call decided to just go, hey, you know what, Emily, we're all going to market this in our prospective areas from Canada because it works in Canada, doesn't matter, all the way down to Timbuktu land, Mexico. I don't care. There you go. By the way, I just use the word Mexico for a reason because we are in certain countries and expat living is a big thing. What if, just saying, if you're traveling, I do this, by the way, because I want to write stuff. I want to write stuff off, not just because of that, because I know that we have agents in other countries, and if I'm going to visit another country, I'm going to make it a point just to visit a senior community, senior living, something dealing with seniors, and meet or talk to some real estate brokerage, real estate agent if it's not in that area, just so I can kind of get a lay of the land. Why do I say that? Because expat living is huge. People are leaving the United States, it's too expensive. Healthcare is better in certain places, so they want to move. You got Portugal, you got Spain. There's some great stuff. Guess what? We got agents there. That's all. Got agents there. So you're social mediaing it all, because that's what it's all about. That's your marketing. All right. Any other ones? Rochelle, more? Good.
I still have more questions. I don't want to take up your
No,
whole night.
please go because we're already at 11 and I want to like kind of, I got to wrap it up for
I just have like
everybody.
two just quick questions.
Yes.
So, you had mentioned certifications, and in this industry, you can get 5 million certifications. So I was thinking, because again, I have my SRES. I'm in the 55 plus, field already. I was gonna go and I've handled a few probate. So I was thinking probate. And then you mentioned don't take the certifications, but then you
I
mentioned
would
Bill. So
honestly,
that's the place I was gonna take.
I would go talk to William. It says William when he's posting stuff. I call him Bill.
Right,
That's just
right.
what I call him. But reach out to him. He's freaking amazing.
I think it's
He's
good to have.
so good.
Yeah.
And I say that because he's happy to answer that question. I don't deal in probate, but when I say I don't deal in probate, I've never been certified in it, but I've done probably 20 something probate sales.
Right. So then I always wonder, do I really need it? I think if anything, it's probably nice to have to.
I only got probate sales because of the relationships that I have with the attorneys. That's the only reason why I got the probate sales. That's my secret sauce.
Right.
It had nothing to do with a certification. Think about it this way, just everybody on this call, okay? Doesn't matter if you went to college, doesn't matter, like graduated college, doesn't matter if when you graduated high school at the top of your class. Does anybody really know? Does anybody know what those acronyms stand for if they're really not looking for it because they haven't been educated about it?
Only other agents, and who are we
Right.
trying to impress at this
That's
point?
exactly what I say. That's why I'm like, not really. I did SRES a long time ago, and only because I work with this demographics and I want to see what are they teaching, what are they doing. I wholeheartedly believe it's a great foundation, and I say that only because it is the only designation that everybody knows and sees, and more homeowners are catching on to it. And it's approved by NAR, the only one when it comes to that senior sector. The probate, talk to Bill.
I
Talk to
did.
Bill.
Well, we had messaged, and he did set
Yeah.
me up with some of the YouTube courses. And you're right. At the end of the day, I don't know if the certification really
And
matters, because it is YouTube. He said, go to the courthourget the It's everything in this business is just about the relationship. So part of me is like, why spend the money?
we, as real estate agents, actually not real estate agents, I should say businesses in general have lost that relationship connection. And it's going back to that because that's what people want. That's what people resonate with. And especially like the older generation, if you are 40 and above and you are on this call, you will all agree with me that that one-on-one is more important than watching younger kids sitting on their things at tables and at things. Even when you walk into a restaurant and they give you a QR code to look at the menu, you look at anybody over 40 and they're like, oh, really? Like, I don't like it's one thing that I have to put my glasses on, but it's another thing now I got to do the QR code and I got to bring it up and then I got to do that's all.
And my last question was, you had rattled off a couple of stats. Do you get them mostly from like NAR or
They're
sorry?
national. NAR has all of them. I mean, go look at, just type it in. Type
Yeah.
in keywords
Oh,
like,
speaking
oh,
of typing in, I did have one question. ChatGPT, do you use a paid version?
I do on, I do, I do.
Okay. Okay. So I'll have
Mhm.
to look that up. For the pictures and everything, I think you need the paid version.
Yes, 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 I do. Mhm.
Gotcha.
However,
Thank you.
it's really easy because we have Canva for free and you can do it in Canva. You do not have to use ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm telling you. I don't you I mean, I utilize ChatGPT to get me started, like, because I just want to get it done quick and I don't have the time to actually do it in Canva and like play around with it. And then I'll throw it into Canva and I'll rework it. Because you could do that. It's fun. But when you have to design something from scratch, you're just like, I don't want to. I just need something quick and rearrange it because I wait till the last minute. Cheryl. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Is that all your questions?
Thank you so much.
Rochelle, was that all of them? Oh, okay.
Now it works better, but thank you.
You're welcome. Cheryl.
Hi, I got here a little bit late, so I missed Bill's. What is Bill's full name that has to do with the probate?
William Gross, Gross. And please look at our workplace group, and he posts stuff in there all the time. So you'll see once a week he's got stuff that he posts. I'll bring him in. I'm going to bring him in.
Is he an attorney? He's an probate attorney, or what is he?
He's a real estate agent that only deals in probate. Like I've known him for 20 plus years, and that's all I've ever known him to do. He was like one of our state brokers in California when when EXP first started. He's just a very knowledgeable guy. You know, he's just good. He's like, that's his jam. Like if you want to learn something, you got to go to somebody who like that's their jam and that's all they do.
Okay, thank you.
That's the guy in our company that everybody goes to, even our brokers, by the way. Yeah. Oh yes, Isabel.
Yes, someone in the chat is asking when you're going to have the Omaha HECM certification available again.
We do it every 4 months. I'm happy to, if you guys want to message me through Workplace, I'll give you his information and you can ask him when he does it, because sometimes he does do classes. He does do a certification class, excuse me, on like every other month or something. So I just catch him every 4 months to bring it in to our agents. And by the way, real estate agents have no idea that this exists. This is something that we had worked on years ago, and again, EXP Seniors Network has been a co-pilot for some interesting things. This being one of them, this certification. It was really designed for this kind of network. Because I went to their education department. I'm like, we need education. This is hard. Our real estate agents don't know what to do. We need options. Just got to teach them. It's not our job to sell. That's what I keep telling you guys. It's not your job to sell. It's your job to show options. And this is just one of those options. And I just bring all those options to you for you to learn. So, was that all of it?
I got a quick question before you go.
Yes.
How often I've already did it one time, was through the Mutual Omaha thing. I did it a year or so
You don't
ago.
need
Do you
to
have
do
to
it
do
again.
it? Did they do any updates or something?
No. I just bring it in.
Okay.
If you've done it, you do not need to do it again because it's the same information. It is the content information. It's not about the certification, you guys. It's not like, remember, it's not about letters. It's not about that. It's about knowing options and being educated. But remember, it's not your job to sell that loan. It's your job to teach all the options like I taught you guys tonight. That's your only job. Teach them options and market the crap out of those options. Sell yourself through that. Not, let me show you how much I could get for your house. That's so cheesy. Don't be that agent. They don't want that agent. And you're going to get a lot more than that. Because you're not just selling their house, you're finding somewhere, whether it's Sunbelt state, whether it's active adult 55 community, whether it's 2 to 4 unit building, there's so many options. It's just nobody's educated them on it. And nobody's educated real estate agents on it. Just haven't. That's kind of sucks because it means you're just not doing your job, the way you should be. So let's grow the crap out of this network because that's what we're going to do. And just know, in the next few weeks, here's the last bomb I'm going to drop on here in the next few weeks. You will only members of EXP Seniors Network will be getting an email from corporate about a new program that we are doing, and it's only launching for our network to see how it goes. And if it goes really, really well, then at EXPCon, they will announce it on stage. So just know you guys are the ones who are going to get to do this before anybody else gets to do it. I've already done it. And I'm beaming and so excited. So just be aware if you guys have any questions, you guys can come to me and ask me.
You're just teasing me. I just want to know what.
So here, all I can say is if this works out for us, it will put our agency on the map when it comes to working with older adults. And that's what we need. What are those next steps? How can we get paid to get those next steps? How can that robust system work? And it's done. We got it. I got it. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And it comes with so many great things that will all be hooked up to KV Core. Just know that. And it's going to be, it'll be a lot of fun. It's growth. And if you are a brokerage and you're not changing, then you're going to be left behind. I know, I see you. Don't worry, baby. I have been dropping hints for a very long time to you guys, but I will see. It's coming. It moves so close.
You keep showing legs. Stop teasing.
But I see that because I want to see us succeed and not get left behind in the real estate industry, because real estate agents shouldn't be the sleazy, cheesy real estate agents that they've been given a bad rap and we're just going to sell your house and you're done. We're going to sell your house and look at all these lovely assisted living communities we have here. That's all. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions? Good. Yeah.
So when is that announcement coming to this
Next few
group?
weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Next few weeks it's coming.